Hi, I'm Dr. Karen Perkins, and we are live at the Speaking Empire Amplify event here in Newport Beach. And you know, I am with a good friend, and a good friend that I met at another Speaking Empire event. And you know, there are people that you meet that make you just happy inside because they're so warm, loving, and giving. And one of the things that I know about John Racine, Mr. Racine, actually John, one of the things that I admire the most about John is he comes from a long history of human resources, which most of us go, oh, boring. But no, really, he has mastered human resources. And you now are going out and helping small companies bring on the right people to their organization so that they can thrive, right?
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I've discovered coming to these Speaking Empire events is so many people are solopreneurs. Or maybe it's just a tandem team. And when they come and get this great experience and they get their presentation put together and they learn how to sell, their business explodes.
Right.
And then you have to start hiring. And do you do the virtual assistant route? Do you go the in-house route? And I've seen throughout my career in human resources, and especially since I've been connected with Speaking Empire, where there's a huge need to bring the right people onto your team to make sure that it's a social fit, a cultural fit, that your visions are aligned, and that it's going to work for everybody. So I've definitely seen, you know, throughout this whole experience that is somewhere where I think I might be able to contribute some value.
Well, I know you can, and you already have. And it's really interesting. I don't think most people realize how much it really hits their bottom line by bringing on the wrong person.
Absolutely. You know, hiring can be very easy or it can be very right. I don't know that you can do them both. And I have always said throughout my career, I've worked in hotels for the most part. What I find is that many managers, especially in that industry, want to fill the hole. You know, let's get the position filled so that either I don't have to do that job or I'm not overstressing my staff. And I have throughout my career been yelled at many times because I will take longer to fill the position with the right candidate as opposed to the first candidate.
Right. And one of the things that I've heard about it is that if you have to fire somebody, or if they just randomly quit, that it's between $80,000 and $120,000 on your bottom line to replace them and get people back up to productivity.
Absolutely. There's a lot of direct costs that are involved. Obviously, you're going to terminate somebody. If you're in a state like California where we are now, you're required to pay out final pay and accrued PTO time and all of that. Then that's where your costs really begin because you're going to advertise. You're going to spend time interviewing and screening, and you're going to go through that entire process. Then when you get that candidate, you're going to onboard them and train them. And that doesn't happen in a day.
Well, and you not only onboard and train them so they're not productive, but you pull somebody else off their job to train and get them up to speed.
Absolutely. And there's a cost that's involved that most business owners never ever think about it. And I call it lost opportunity.
Yeah.
And I'll use my hotel as an example. If I lose a front desk agent in the hotel, do I pull somebody from another department, as you suggest? Totally valid option. Maybe we take somebody from the telephone operators and put them up at the front desk. Do we move somebody from accounting? Or do we just say, well, it's going to be open and everybody's going to have to work a little bit harder? That's all well and good. There's no right answer, right? But what is ultimately happening to your guest experience? Or if you're in a customer business, what's happening to your customers? So in a hotel, longer waits to check in. The phone's ringing longer to get room service or whatever the case might be. And it's really hard to put a monetary value to that. And I truly believe that the 80 to 100,000 might be a bit conservative depending on the industry.
Yeah, I can see that. And yeah, that's wow. Now, what type of person would you say people should hire?
You know, I firmly believe, and I've said it throughout my entire career, that you need two things to be successful in any job. And it's number one, willingness, and number two, ability. So if you're willing, but you're not able, I can give you the skills. I can train you, I can send you somewhere, I can bring in somebody. But if you are able and not willing, then that's a different challenge. Am I going to be able to change your willingness? Possibly. Experience dictates otherwise. The other thing that I always say is hire the attitude and train the skill. There's very little, at least in my industry, highly technical things that need to be done. If we're talking about fixing an air conditioner, for example, yes, I want technical skills. I don't want somebody with a wrench in there that doesn't know what they're doing. But when we're talking about a customer service position, a sales position, I can train those skills. So if you get that great attitude, that's what's going to sell me. And I have sold that to a manager more than once throughout my career, and more often than not, they become a success.
Okay, so I'm a small to medium business. I don't have my own HR department necessarily. I don't know if I should do outsourcing, do virtual assistants, if I should hire somebody. And quite frankly, I'm a little scared to hire somebody because I don't know how. Are you the man that's going to come in and teach me how, who, what, why, where?
Absolutely. I've been doing recruiting throughout my entire career. I was always interviewing and hiring as a restaurant manager back in the day, and even as someone in the kitchen when I first got started in the industry. So yes, definitely, I'm someone that can show you the right way to screen and interview and to hire to bring in that right person. And I always view hiring as an investment. If I look at this new employee as an investment, I'm investing my time, I'm investing my resources, I'm investing so much in this person, what return are they going to give me? And it's that great guest experience or customer experience long term. If we look at info marketers, we're talking about LTV, a lifetime value. That applies in every industry. This hotel that we're in right now is looking at the LTV of Speaking Empire. Can we get them back? How much revenue are they going to generate next time? What was their experience like? So it always comes down to that. So yes, with my experience inside of info marketing and inside of hospitality and human resources, it's a very unique blend that I think very few people in the entire world have, where I can take that HR and kind of twist it in business a little bit to show the true value as opposed to just the compliance side that most people think we do.
That is awesome. And who would be the person that you would say which would benefit the most from your experience, your awesomeness, quite frankly, but from what it is that you do and bring forth? Who are your best clients?
The best clients are going to be people that know they have an HR need but don't know how to do it, or think that they can't afford it, because HR can be incredibly affordable without having it in-house full-time. There are people such as myself that offer that type of service who can give you guidance over the phone, who could even help you with pre-screening your candidates and just giving you the best. So there's a lot of resources out there that people don't know because they don't hear about it.
I love that. So, if I'm scared to interview somebody because I'm not necessarily going to know if they're a right fit or not, then I can go to you and say, okay, will you pre-screen these folks?
Absolutely. And it's a large part of what I do still on a day-to-day basis. I'm still in corporate America as I'm working on my business. And it's one of the things that I do is I can look at a resume and identify some strong points in there and see if it's somebody worth continuing on in the process. So it's a natural part of what I do is to really kind of help whittle it down a little bit and bring in the best of the best.
You want to work with somebody that not only has a passion for something, but has the experience in the background, but bring it back around, has the experience and background, but more importantly, has the passion and the heart to share that background, that knowledge, and that passion with you. So anybody and you that needs help with HR issues, especially in hiring the right people and building that community that you want in your company so that the company can thrive and survive, John Racine is your man. And John, I know you. I know how to get in touch with you. I don't know if they do. How can they get in touch with you?
Well, my company is called Empowered Marketing Solutions. So it's John, John, at Empowered Marketing Solutions. It's empowered with an ED.com. And we also have a telephone number. Amazingly, in this day and age, I have a phone.
I love that. What is your phone?
It's 407-288-8290.
407-288-8290. John, you are one of those people I adore, and I am so blessed for having known you, and I am so blessed in the fact that you're willing to share so much, not only with me, but with all of these folks. So give me a hug, and I thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And good luck to you all, because you've got the man on your side that you need to have.